back with another soap making video. Today we're making a soap called Brownie Bones. It's for Halloween. It's a macabre type style soap, something I've really been interested in doing, um, especially around the holidays, or Halloween, I should say. Halloween's one of my favorite holidays, so excuse my voice. I am a little bit sick today, so I might sound a little funky. It's all right. So we're gonna be blending up our oils. We have some kaolin clay, which is making it that not clear looking color. And we go with our lye water. Make sure you have all your safety gear, your goggles and gloves, long sleeves, which I'm kind of bad at.
So you never wear that?
I did at first. I had a lab coat. I looked very official when I first started making soap. Now I'm just like, it's hot. Because most of the time we're making soap like 2 months in advance. So I'm keeping this kind of fluid. I think I read that the fragrance oil does some accelerating, but I tend to like my soap really fluid anyway, just in case, because you just never know how much blending you're going to have to do, especially when the colors and stuff are added. Alrighty, so I'm putting some Blue Glow. This is like a glow-in-the-dark powder by Mad Micas. These are so much fun over the holidays because I just wanted to make everything glow in the dark. So the embeds that I'm going to be adding to the soap have this powder in them as well. So I'm just kind of wanting to add a swirl to see if we can get a little bit of a glow-in-the-dark effect in the soap itself as well.
It was glow blue.
That's what I said.
No, you said it was blue glow.
Oh. Okay. Whatever. It's my illness.
Yeah.
It has my brain not working right. So anyway, we're going to add some titanium dioxide to make sure we get like a nice white color. I'm not going to be adding any fragrance oil to this little bit of the soap because it discolors to a pretty dark color in the soap. Okay. And it's really hard to blend this little tiny bit of soap when it's in a container, and you probably should not use a stick blender, but I do anyway. I like to live dangerously.
Yeah, is that what you're calling it?
Yep. Sure is. Okay, so I'm going to pour off my next color. When you're trying to decide how much soap you need for these different colors and layers, it is a little bit of a challenge. Sometimes I just eyeball it. Some people measure. I don't like measuring unless I have to, so I'll measure for my oils, but I don't measure for anything. Oh, and my fragrance oil, but I don't measure for anything layer stuff. I just eyeball it. I'm bad like that. Oh, here we go. We need a little more. That's just how I roll when it comes to soap making.
You should probably learn how to measure.
Well, I know how to measure. I don't know if it's okay, so I don't know if it's really going to have any meaning for me, if that makes any sense. Like, I don't know how I, would do that, I guess. So anyway, this color that I blended up, I decided to try to pre-blend my colors. Bleh. Talk over my tongue. I think I said in my last video I wasn't sure how I felt about doing the pre-blending of the colors, so I decided to give it a try. This is Mad Micah's Pow Pow Purple. No, Cheshire Cat Purple. It's Nurture Soap Cheshire Cat. I get it right one of these days. And some Wicked by Mad Micah's. So it made this really pretty, kind of almost like a dark ultraviolet purpley color. Added my fragrance oil to my two darker colors. This is Dark Kiss by Crafter's Choice. Again, like I said, it has a high vanillin content. It's 9%. It's a lot. So it's going to be dark in the soap. So I'm trying to choose colors that aren't going to, are going to play nice with the darkening, I guess is probably the best way to put it. And then this is called, What the heck is that? Magic bean? I know, I'm trying to remember. It looks so stinking cool in the bottle. It's got this like is it diamorphic?
No.
What is that called? Where it changes color? Oh my goodness. I'll have to look it up later. No. It's like diachromatic? Is that what it is?
Sounds good.
It's dia something. Anyway, it has a color change in the color itself or different thing. I don't know what I'm trying to say. But anywho, I'm trying to get an angle so you can kind of see the color change that I'm talking about. See how it kind of has that weird different sheen to it? No, maybe not. It doesn't look that way in the soap, sadly, though. That's the only poopy part. But it has like a pinky kind of, like pinky brown base, but there's like these highlights of green and blue. Oh my god. Thanks for once again making me feel like an awful parent. I just love it.
Looks red though. Is it supposed to be red?
It's like a dark reddish brown color right now because it's mixed in oil. It's gonna lighten up a lot. So in this process of pre-mixing my oils, I have come to realize that either A, I'm doing it wrong, or B, I'm just not making enough. I can't figure it out.
That looks like Rutter's chocolate milk.
It does have a chocolate milk-esque. I said it's like a pinky brown, so that was pretty close.
I didn't realize chocolate milk was pinky brown.
Well, this color specifically looks more pinky brown, not so much chocolate milk. Chocolate milk's more of a light brown. Delicious. Now you're making me want chocolate milk. Thanks. We'll have to go get some when we're done. Ooh, or maybe hot chocolate. It's that time of year. Is it cold enough for hot chocolate today?
Wet.
Oh, yeah. Ew, it's raining out. I like rain now. I just don't like being out in it. I'm like a cat.
You just complained like 20 minutes ago about your joints.
Okay, look. So this is Magic Beans. My Mad Mike is... See with the color in the bottle? See how it has that weird iridescenciness to it? I'm probably using all the wrong words. Like, whoever takes like art as a profession probably hates me right now because I'm using like all these words I don't really understand. So anyway, so I pre-blended my colors. It didn't work out. I still had to add more. I can see, look, see how dark it is now?
Yeah.
This is the color it's more supposed to be, this darker. Brownish pink still, but darker. I don't know how I'm getting all these bubbles in lately. I've noticed that when I was pre-editing this, that I've been putting a lot of bubbles in my soap for some reason today.
Iridescent is when like things change colors when you look at it from a different angle.
Okay, that works.
Is that what it was doing?
It yes. What's diachromatic? Look that up for me. All right. So in the container, I loved this purple color. It was a very bright purple mixed with a little bit of black to kind of just darken it, and so it wasn't super vibrant. I'm waiting to see if I know at some point I add more color, and you can see how bright it is compared to what's actually in the bowl. But I love it. It's a very gorgeous purple color. It's very vibrant. It's Cheshire Cat by Nurture soap. I'm pretty sure.
I'm going to assume that the definition you wanted is having two different colors.
Yes, diachromatic.
Well, there's a
Ooh, I
fancy
put a lot of
version
extra in
and
there.
a not fancy version.
Okay.
The not fancy version is having two different colors. The fancy version is a phenomenon where a material or solution's hue is dependent on both the concentration in the absorbing substance and the depth of the thickness of the medium transversed.
What's that word?
Oh,
Of what word?
diachromatic.
Oh, okay. So yeah, that makes sense. It does change. I don't know. I guess they both work. I guess it just depends what word you wanted to use. Are they interchangeable, Google?
It's the same. Well, the other one applies mostly to human, like to eyes.
Oh. The other one applies to the material itself?
Yeah.
Okay, makes sense. Now we're getting all sciencey. Look, we're getting super sciencey. Just wiping off my stick blender head here. See, look, you're getting snotty too.
Yeah, thanks.
I was not sick during the making of this soap.
Because you made it like
Just
8 years ago.
Just figured I'd put that out there as a disclaimer. Hey, that's just how it works in the soap world, man. It stinks kind of when you're trying to be all in the fall vibe and the Halloween vibe and it's August. The soap's like already ready and in the shop. It's ready to go. But that's okay. So I'm going to do an in the pot swirl with these. Really? What the heck?
If you don't talk about it, you notice.
Alright, I added some iridescent sparkle glitter because we're doing fairies and fairies sparkle. I wanted to say something else, but I'm trying to keep this, friendly for all viewers.
How can you say fairy sparkle in a not PG way?
I was going to add a word that starts with an F. Because that's who I really am some days. It just depends on the day.
If it doesn't add substance to the material, you don't need it.
That's right. That's true. So, okay. So, I put my purple in. I'm going to add the glow in the dark blue in the same spots. That way when you pour it into the mold, it kind of gives it this swirly kind of effect. It's different, all the different techniques really do produce different looks, which that's one of the things I really enjoy about soap making. And I think one of the things I like about this swirl in particular, I used it on my poison apple soap because it blends, whereas like a drop swirl isn't blendy, it's defined. So I'm just gonna give this a little zhuzh. Probably don't really need it. And I'm gonna pour it into my loaf mold. This is a Crafter's Choice mold. This is an 8-inch mold. I kind of go between this and the Brambleberry, which is a 10-inch mold. Same width and depth. It's just one is longer than the other. And depending on what I'm doing with the soap, if I'm using some piping or whatever, then sometimes I'll use the longer mold because then my batch actually fits in the whole amount of soap. My goodness, I will get my act together one of these days. The whole batch of soap mostly fits in the 10-inch mold. I think it ends up being like it's over 2 pounds. I want to say it's like 2 3/4-ish pounds. For anybody who's curious about how much soap fits in those molds. So the 10-inch Brambleberry mold fits pretty much the whole batch. If you're doing soap and you're doing like 2 pounds of oils, and then once you add your water and stuff, depending on your water discount, you'll have about over 2.5 pounds of soap. So the whole thing shebang pretty much fits in the 10-inch Brambleberry mold. And if you're using the 8-inch Crafter's Choice loaf mold, you have enough left over if you want to pipe and stuff. Or if you want to make samples, like I do that a lot. A lot of times I'll pour them into the little mini muffin pan dealies. What's going on here? What am I doing? Something's happening. What's wrong? Oh, it looked weird to me. Okay, so I'm swirling this soap just on the top. I'm swirling the colors together. I'm going to add some Galaxy glitter because it's gorge and it has this like purpley, blacky, dark color. It really makes that purple on the top pop. I'm just super loving it. In the bottom, you can see on our Holly Cam where I'm actually making the embeds. I made them from soap dough, which is like a pliable cold processed soap. And they're leftover fairy parts from where the fairies met their demise. The glitter is their, kind of like, in my interpretation, the glitter is like what's left of them, their ashes, so to speak. Their remnant parts are their wings and bones, which will eventually disintegrate into the earth or the dirt.
Is that what those are? Those are
Yeah. They kind of like, I don't
What
know.
about leaves?
What? Oh, do they really? Well, either way, they're supposed to be. They're supposed to be wings. I guess I could see where it could look like a leaf because of the variegation in it. But I used a lot of the same colors to color them and kind of, I don't know. Okay, so tell me if you think I'm wrong, but brownies tend to have a reputation for being not dirty because that's the wrong word, but like, um, they're mischievous and yeah.
Are we talking like the dessert or
No.
is it the dragon?
It's the type of fae.
Fae?
Yeah, type of fairy. Brownies are a type of fairy.
Yeah.
And I know they're mischievous, but I feel like they. Oh, what? You thought I meant food?
I thought this was supposed to be like graveyard brownies.
Yeah.
No, like the pastry.
Oh, no.
No wonder I've been so confused.
No, it's brownies as in fairies. Alrighty, so here's the finished product up close. I don't know. I still think they look like wings. I just love the glitter, how it just makes everything kind of sparkle and shine. So pretty. Almost like lights. Don't they look like lights? They have a twinkle.
Yeah, when's this blurry?
Maybe like Christmas lights. It's like when it's raining at nighttime and you wear glasses. That's exactly what it looks like. Okay. Alrighty. So, like I said, this is available in the shop. Had a lot of fun making it. It smells amazing. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye-bye.